This is Job Frank Chakaza with the news on Zodiac, the headlines at this hour. ACB arrests Cabinet Minister, Presidential Aide and a Tonsi Alliance partner over fuel contracts at Nokma. Low turnout for Johnson & Johnson COVID-19 vaccine in some centers. People decry lack of civic education. This year's SADC Summit gets underway in Lilongwe. In sports, FAM files an appeal over CAF's decision to ban Bingu National Stadium for World Cup qualifiers. Now the news in detail. The Anti-Corruption Bureau, ACB, has arrested a cabinet minister, presidential aide, and a Tonsi Alliance partner over fuel contracts at Nokma. These are Minister of Energy Newton Gambala, President Lazarus Chakwera's Chief Advisor on Strategy Chris Chaimabanda, and the fourth President Enoch Chihana. Andrew Viano earlier filed this report. Moving on with the news, Zodiac has established that there is low turnout in some centers where Ministry of Health officials are administering the Johnson & Johnson COVID-19 vaccines. In Lilongwe, reporters Lake and Anguo also found that the new vaccine is yet to get to some centers. Here are some of the people our reporter talked to explaining how the process is taking place.
Once you arrive here, before you receive the vaccination, the nurses, they are advising all the people that those who receive the AstraZeneca, they are not allowed to receive Johnson & Johnson. And this vaccination we receive once.
We have welcomed this vaccine, Johnson & Johnson, and the process we are having here, it's not a difficult one. It's only coming here, you'll be on a queue after being given a number to see your positions. From there you go and being vaccinated. After that you go and finish your paperwork. That's all what is happening here. But people, they are happy for the vaccine just to make sure that they are all safe.
In Mzuzu, our reporter Towera Kumenda has told us that people have complained that there has been lack of civic education on the new vaccine. Here is Towera for more.
Some people we spoke with in the city of Mzuzu have expressed different opinions in regards to the vaccine, as while others believe the vaccines are not to be combined, others are not aware of this. Some who say they are yet to make a decision whether to get the jab or not due to fear have blamed it on government for failing to provide intensive awareness on the vaccines.
There is nothing to fear. I got my first and second jab, and my body has not changed.
We didn't know
that the country has received any vaccine, but now that we know, we'll get the jab and we'll also tell people.
I haven't gotten my jab. I was waiting for Johnson & Johnson. Others that got AstraZeneca jab were experiencing side effects. So I believe that J&J will not be the same. People should remove fear as COVID-19 is there.
AstraZeneca is 2 jabs, while J&J is 1 jab.
I didn't get the jab because some were saying they experienced blood clots, but now I will get vaccinated.
We do not
know the difference between the two vaccines. No one has come to teach us anything on the vaccine, and we cannot get or believe what people are saying about these vaccines.
Ministry of Health has on several occasions been using media platforms to inform the public on the types of vaccine the country has been receiving and continues to receive. However, there have been concerns that the intensity of the messages is yet to reach all and sundry. For Zodiac in Mzuzu, I'm Toera Kumwinda.
And now in Blantyre, our reporter Karen Chinembiri has also observed that there is low turnout for the new vaccine.
Zodiac spot checks in some of the vaccination sites in Blantyre has established a low turnout. In Zingwango vaccination site, Gateway Clinic and Blantyre Youth Center, People did not come in large numbers as it was in the previous vaccination exercise for the AstraZeneca vaccine. Some of the residents claim there has been a lack of adequate knowledge and awareness of the vaccine. Some of the few residents who came to get their jabs said since Johnson & Johnson is a new vaccine, they would want to get testimonies from others before getting jabbed. Blantyre has received 20,900 doses of the Johnson & Johnson out of the 302,400 doses the country has received on Saturday.
Principal Secretary of Foreign Affairs Dr. Lake Kanyamula-Sikwese has assumed chairpersonship of the SADC Standing Committee of Senior Officials. He's taken over from Mozambique's Carlos Manuel Carlos Rodrigues da Costa, who was the reigning chairperson. Chimwemwe Badata has filed this report from the Bingu International Convention Center.
The much awaited 41st SADC Summit has now gone full throttle with a meeting of standing committees. The much awaited 41st SADC Summit has now gone full throttle with a meeting of standing committee of senior officials. The committee offers advisory to the Council of Ministers of SADC, with members of this committee drawn from SADC member states, with chairperson appointed from a country chairing SADC. At this meeting, Malawi's Principal Secretary of Foreign Affairs, Dr. Lake Kanyamula-Sikwese, has just assumed chairmanship now that President Dr. Lazarus Chakwera will also take over chairmanship from Mozambique's President Filipe Nyusi. Sikwese committed he will function in the best interest of the committee as he took over the mantle from Mozambique's Carlos Rodrigues da Costa. This is Chimwemwe Padata for Zodiac.
The Center for Democracy and Economic Development Initiatives, CDEDI, has planned to hold a vigil at Parliament building on Wednesday to push the House leadership to address issues surrounding the loan authorization bill that was smuggled into the House during last sitting. According to CDEDI Executive Director Sylvester Namiwa, this is also to force President Lazarus Chakwera to immediately set up a committee to independently investigate the matter. We have our reporter Western Guta.
According to Namiwa, CDEDI will hold a vigil at the Parliament building from Wednesday, 11th August, to force the Parliament leadership to explain to Malawians what happened and the reasons behind the smuggling of the loan authorization bill onto the order paper in the last meeting. Namiwa says the Clerk of Parliament, Fiona Galembera, Speaker of the National Assembly, Catherine Gotani Hara, and the leader of government business in the House, Richard Chimwendo Banda, should tell Malawians what was the motive behind the smugglers. He added that the vigil, which will continue until the leadership speaks to Malawians, is further aimed at forcing President Lazarus Chakwera to immediately set up a committee to investigate the issue and report to Malawians in 30 days. CDEDI had earlier given a 48-hour ultimatum which has expired, but the leadership has not responded. Namiwa has further said that CDEDI has written the Inspector General of Police, George Kainja, to explain the bail conditions for the former presidential aide, Pastor Martin Tom, who police arrested in connection with the issue but was granted bail. CDEDI is therefore of the view that the police are selective in dispensing justice and that the arrest was just a cover-up. Reporting for Zodiac, I am Western Guta.
The Malawi Law Society, MLS, has recommended a review on the 255 million kwacha funds that the High Court has awarded Women Lawyers Association as costs incurred in the Nsundwe rape saga case. MLS Secretary Crispin Ngunde has told us that the ruling is in conflict with principles for assessing costs set by the High Court, arguing only 3 out of 13 principles were applied in the matter. The state, according to MLS, has 21 days to express interest for a judicial review on the verdict. Chimwemwe Badata reports.
Malawi Law Society is the latest institution that has thrown its weight behind concerns over the 255 million kwacha bill costs awarded to the Women Lawyers Association for representing Msunde women in the rape case. MLS is now calling for judicial review of the amount of money, citing it is on the higher side. Honorary Secretary for the Malawi Law Society, Crispin Ngunde, told Zodiac the state has 21 days to push for the review according to law.
The court can review the amount and consider some aspects that we think were not considered. In case the court agrees with our position, we think that the court can review the amounts downwards.
A statement by Malawi Law Society indicates that the High Court did not respect principles for assessing costs in the ruling. Meanwhile, a professor of law, Danwood Chirwa, writing on his Facebook page, has cited concerns those representing individuals in pro bono cases, as it was in the Sundu rape case, are likely to benefit more. He has since advised the judiciary to be vigilant in terming what he says is abuse that comes in form of cases of this nature. This is Chimwemwe Padata for Zodiac.
You're watching the news here on Zodiac. We'll be back with more after this.
I got a call from my driver telling me that my motor vehicle was involved in an accident in Balaka. I was shocked and very worried, considering that the car was only 4 months old.
Get your vehicle covered against road accidents, fire, theft, and third-party liabilities at CIC General Insurance Limited.
I submitted all my claim documents to my insurer, CIC, and within 14 days, I got my settlement through a bank transfer. I was very delighted and inspired. Later, I managed to purchase a replacement vehicle. Throughout the process, CIC staff were very diligent, friendly, accommodating, and professional all the time.
Our professional and friendly staff will ensure that you get the best customer experience that is second to none. For more information, visit our offices in Lilongwe at Area 3 Judge Building, opposite the District Commissioner's office. And in Blantyre, visit our offices at Livingstone House behind Plantation House.
I recommend CIC all day, every day for all your insurance needs.
CIC, we keep our word.
Glale Shopping Mall. Antuni, Glale Shopping Mall. Di shopping mall yokayo muno Malawi yomwe yamangidwa mwa makono komanso mupatsa chidwi. Glale Shopping Mall ili moyang'anizana ndi Bingu National Stadium ku Area 49 ku Lilongwe. Shopu iliyonse ili ndi magetsi ndi mita ya madzi payokha. Chitetezo pamalowa ndi chokhwima zedi chifukwa mpanda wonse unazunguliridwa ndi waya wa nyesi ya magetsi. Pali magadi komanso makamera aja a CCTV. Poganizira matenanse mu nyengo ino ya corona, Glale achotsera mitengo ya mashopu awo motere. Mashopu omwe ali kumaso ali pa 300,000 kwacha malo mwa 450,000 kwacha. Mashopu omwe ali mkati mukolido ali pa 200,000 kwacha malo mwa 350,000 kwacha. Glale Shopping Mall ndiye Malawi, mchifukwa chakenso akuganizira Amalawi. Fulumirani mwayiwu usakuponyeni. Mukafuna kudziwa zambiri, imbani foni pa manambala awa 0999 924 219 kapena 0998 149 292 komanso 211 294 812. Glale Shopping Mall. Glale Shopping Mall. Glale Shopping Mall.
I choose to be smart. I choose to live a simple and easy life. I choose not to line up to pay my bills. This is why I go digital. Jump the queue. Pay your Lilongwe Water Board bills through mobile banking. Or you can pay through mobile money, as I always do. You can also check your water bill and balance by simply dialing *253#. With digital payments, you can save time and money. Be smart. Pay your bills on time.
Lilongwe Water Board.
Lilongwe Water Board. Portable water all the time for all.
Muntu mmodzi payekha sangamange mudzi, koma anthu angapo kubwera pamodzi timati uwu nde mudzi. Pamodzi tili ndi kuthekera kobweretsa chitukuko mdera lathu. Network yathu ya Chimalawi ya TNM yakhala ikuthandiza madera ambiri mu njira zosiyanasiyana. Komano pano TNM ikufuna kupitiriza ntchitoyi mogwirizana ndi ife eni ake amudzi. Ndi nkani yabweretsa TNM mudzi wathu. Mukagwiritsa ntchito TNM poimba foni, kutumiza ma SMS, kugwiritsa ntchito internet, kapena kugwiritsa ntchito mpamba, chaka chilichonse TNM idzipereka 1% kapena 1 kwacha pa 100 kwacha iliyonse ya ndalama zomwe yapanga kuti ithandizire pa chitukuko chomwe anthu akufuna mdera lawo. Tikabwera pamodzi ndi kugwirizana chimodzi, tikhonza kupanga zazikulu m'mudzi wathu. TNM mudzi wathu. Umodzi unamanga mtolo. Ndondomeko zidzatsatidwa.
Welcome back. A look at the headlines as we continue with the news. SCB arrests Cabinet Minister, Presidential Aide and a Tonsi Alliance partner over fewer contracts at Nokma. Low turnout for Johnson & Johnson COVID-19 vaccine in some centers. People decry lack of civic education. This year's SADC summit gets underway in Lilongwe. In sports, FAM files for an appeal over CAF's decision to ban Bingu National Stadium for World Cup qualifiers. Moving on, the Catholic Commission for Justice and Peace, CCJP, has faulted the Tonsi administration for poor governance and continued corruption in the country. National Coordinator for CCJP, Boniface Chibwana, says the administration is demonstrating lack of policy direction while at the same time failing to tame deplorable tendencies such as nepotism in public appointments. Meanwhile, in response to the CCJP statement, Minister of Information Cospo Kazago has been quoted in the media saying the administration is in the process of building solid and sustainable Malawi, and the pains and discomfort people are going through now will not be permanent. Details with Toera Kumwenda.
Catholic Commission for Justice and Peace, while applauding the new Anti-Corruption Bureau leadership, says the body should speed up all investigations into alleged corrupt practices linked to patrons and political associates of Tonse government without political interference. National Coordinator for CCJP, Boniface Chibwana, says involvement of politics in operations of public institutions is the main reason issues of corruption are refusing to die in the country.
As long as we are happy with what SCB is doing, but we see that there is still that appetite from government officials in trying to get rich very quickly. So we see those tendencies of corruption. And indeed, when you talk about embezzlement of government resources, we see that a lot of politicians, they are involved in a number of deals that do happen in the government, and that's why we are calling upon the SCB to really speed up the investigations so that those that are involved, including those that in the current Tonse government, should be investigated.
Among other issues, Chibwana says it is disappointing that the Tonse government still fails to fulfill its political promises, citing continued issues of nepotism and corruption. CCJP also wants government to put in place plans that will also help small-scale businesses and the informal sector, as corruption in public institutions has affected their operations. However, Minister of Information Gospel Kazako could not be drawn to comment on the matter. For Zodiak in Nzuzu, I'm Toera Kumwinda.
The Parliamentary Committee on Natural Resources and Climate Change has called on government to speed up resumption of the multi-million-dollar project at Nkhuzi Bay in Mangochi. Chairperson of the committee, Welani Chirenga, told ZBS soon after visiting the project site that there was no reason for delaying people in Mangochi to access clean, potable water. The development comes amid strong opposition by environmentalists who claim that the project would disturb natural resources. Emmanuel Jwana has more.
The Nkhuzi Bay multi-million-dollar project saga rages on. Latest to add voice is the Parliamentary Committee on Natural Resources and Climate Change that have called upon government to speed up resumption of the project. Chairperson of the committee, Welani Chirenga, said it was difficult to understand why some environmentalists are prioritizing animals and plants to human beings. Chirenga said his committee will on Monday present a report to the line minister and urge her to act with speed.
It is this very same committee, and I was the one who reported to MEPA that the project was going on before the ESA report was approved. So it was almost like assisting them. We are working hand in hand to make sure that by the end of the day, the people of Mangochi benefit from potable water supply, because we have, as Parliament, supported a lot of projects in Northern Region. Currently, we have also supported a very big project in Central Region, the Salima Lilongo Water Project. It's this committee which produced a report, and we are aware that the government is going ahead to implement that project. So in a similar manner, as far as Parliament is concerned, if it comes to issues of water, we work in hand to make sure that we support government efforts.
Chairperson of Southern Region Water Board, Ibrahim Matora, said the Malawi Environmental Protection Agency report is also expected to be released this coming Thursday.
Whether it's Asia report, Heritage report, Wildlife and Parks report, will be included in the scrutiny and the debate and the approval and the changes or the recommendations which are going to be made by the report, and the Parliament will also debate and look into that. But we have got a nod from the Parliamentary Committee on the Natural Resources, because they have seen the report, and when they were approving the monies for this project, they have already also looked into these issues.
Senior Chief Nkumba of Mangochi District has threatened to kick out all people thwarting progress of the project. The Nkudzi Bay Water Project was stopped by environmentalists after alleging that the development will cause damage to natural resources. The area is along Lake Malawi National Park that was declared a national heritage by UNESCO. For ZBS in Mangochi, this is Emmanuel Chiba.
Let's now go to sports. The Football Association of Malawi has appealed to CAF over Bingu National Stadium ban, which the Continental Football Governing Body issued on the facility, saying it was unplayable. FAM's Chief Executive Officer Alfred Gunda has told us that the appeal seeks to ask for at least 14 days for government and the FA to iron out outstanding issues at BNS. However, Gunda says the FA has already started engaging neighboring countries to host the Flames if CAF upholds its decision. Brad Kanyama's further report.
The country's football governing body FAM has made a formal plea to CAF to consider reversing its decision to ban Bingu National Stadium by allowing the Flames use the facility during the World Cup qualifiers against Mozambique in September. FAM's Chief Executive Officer Alfred Gunda told us that they are only asking for 14 days to at least work on the playing field, which CAF official Kabeo Bosilong said was not in a playable state by the time he inspected the facility last week. Gunda, however, said despite expecting a positive outcome from the appeal, the FA has already started engaging neighboring countries to host the Flames in the World Cup qualifiers if CAF upholds its decision.
In the case of not being able to host the home match at BNS, where can we go? We have our neighbors, our counterparts in so many programs that we do in football. We are trying to contact them and looking at our options and the feasibility against the fixture in the outline of the FIFA window in which we are playing these two games.
Meanwhile, owners of the facility, Malawi government, through the Minister of Sports, has assured Malawians that if CAF grants the 14 days, it will make the facility ready to host the games. Its spokesperson is Ali Kalichero.
We believe that if we are given those 14 days, we'll try as much as possible to put things together. And by the time CAF comes again, maybe we should be talking about a positive outcome then.
The Flames are expected to travel to Cameroon during the first week of September for their opening match in the 2022 Qatar World Cup qualifiers before hosting Mozambique days later. For Zodiak, this is Bright Kanyama.
And that's about what we had time for in this news edition. But before we go, a look at the headlines. ACB arrests Cabinet Minister, Presidential Aide and a Tonsi Alliance partner over fuel contracts at Nokma. Low turnout for Johnson & Johnson COVID-19 vaccine in some centers. People decry lack of civic education. This year's Zodiak Summit gets underway in Lilongwe. In sports, FAM files an appeal over CAF's decision to ban Bingu National Stadium for World Cup qualifiers. Visit our website zodiacmalawi.com for more news. My name is Job Frank Chakaza. Thanks for watching.
Getting GoTV was the best decision